I forgot something. Forgot that. Alright. Bam. And there we have it. Bam. Alrighty. Hello. Live for Jasmine and Sherman. Bam. That's all that needs to be said about that one. What's everybody doing? Say hey to some people. I know some people aren't live. There we go. How about Jill Stein? No. Does this say Jill Stein? No, it doesn't. I actually like black people. Ah, dang it. I fixed the typo, but not in the copy. Hello. Hello, Ocean Lover. Hello, AP. We're going. Even on this account, I still have quite a few people. Why is it not fixing the... I feel like I'm doing it. Select all. Copy. Bam. Hey, Miner. What's up? Hello, Puppy Supreme. It's a cute name. And Scrappy. Bam. Hello, Tom Lind. Alright, we got a lot of active people in here too. That's awesome. Hello, Cleo. Alright. Hey, little Scrappy. Jasmine's pronouns are they, them, by the way. But that is very awesome of you. Hello, Stephen Newcomb. Scrappy, I'm going to wait for a little bit to let people up. But I do appreciate your enthusiasm. Hey, Black Gnostic. Hey, Tarot. Thank you for correcting me. You're all good. I'm going to wait until I have 20 shares to let people up. Can you say it again for me? They, them. How you doing, Black? And right now I'm at 8 shares and I'm doing most of the sharing. So I gotta get rid of him on this account. Alright. Oh, there we go. There's more people. How are people doing? I love Jasmine's policies, but I'm struggling to get the word out. Thanks for this. It's all good. Do whatever you can. Make videos, post in comment sections, do whatever. Hello, Rebel. policies too. How many? Yeah, fair enough. Again, Jasmine's pronouns are they, them. Hello, Mushroom. We're at 14 shares now. Hello, Sim. Let's start letting people up at 20 shares, which I am also contributing to. Oh, some people have gotten banned. It's word. Alright. So sick of my phone thinking I'm talking about police's. Ugh. Big oof. Meant that typo. It's all good. We're at 15 shares, y'all. Alright, I can invite up a little Scrappy now. I see a lot of people online. Black, how are you doing? Thank you so much. Poetry? Y'all, please, if you also haven't done so on this account, please do join the team. And also, please gift if you can. I don't have subscriptions on this account because this is my third account. Hello, John. Thank y'all for being here rocking with me. I can also answer some questions about anything with Jasmine. I can answer some questions. Some will have to be deferred to Jasmine directly. Hello, Poor Critter. Hello, Marianne. There we go. Make sure I have my volume all the way up. Thank you. Join my team. Woo. Hey, Scrappy, how you doing? Oh, you're loading. Hey, Stacy. Scrappy, you there? Uh-oh. I'm gonna go ahead and DC. Scrappy, hey, cute bunny. Scrappy, you were breaking up. Your connection's not doing well. In the car, sorry, right on. Hello, D-Walt. It's better to not drive on TikTok. I totally respect that. Hello, Tom. I kick people for driving in my lives. It is definitely not good to live and drive. Hey, Sean. Hello, Deanne Rains.
Yo.
What's up? How you doing?
Just took a pause from doing stuff, running errands.
Nice. How's it's Scrappy, you good? Hello, twin mom.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
I'm sorry, I had to put on my Wi-Fi, but I wanted to thank you for spreading awareness about them because I feel like their policies is very important. My favorite one is child marriage. I think that is very important. And also too, I watched their debate. Did you see where they were debating? Yeah, that was like
Which
where she was speaking about what we need is universal basic income. They also spoke about that as well. Did you see that
well,
one? That clip?
Jasmine has been in like three debates, and that's like
Mm-hmm.
that's just one of Jasmine's things. So like
Mm-hmm.
you would have to the best way to specify which debate Jasmine was in is by the outfit they were wearing.
Oh, okay, hold on. Let me YouTube it real quick.
Okay.
Um, because I think they had a suit on.
The suit. I did not see that.
Hold on.
Hello, Shatterson. Hello, Emma. It looks like I'm on the For You page or something. I'm getting a lot of names rotating through. Hello, Gregory. Hello, Zoe. Hello to the people that I missed.
Yes,
Hello,
I just found it. It was when they had their braids and it was black at the top and it was purple at the bottom and they were wearing like uh this kind of like dress. Like I don't know how to say it because it looks like it's from the Victorian era.
Oh yeah, goth Jasmine. Yeah, goth anime
Mhm.
Jasmine. Yeah, I
Yes.
watched that one. That was the
Mhm.
free and equal debate. I think the second
Mhm.
free and equal debate, the first or second one.
Mhm.
And Jasmine didn't get invited back for this next one.
Damn. That was actually one of my favorite ones of their work. Like Jasmine, like amazing. And I also went and I checked out their policies and like just running through the list and stuff like that. And a lot I also love how she had how they have reparations on the table. But the thing is, Jasmine wants it to come from the cannabis industry. And that's a problem because reparations needs to be paid out to the descendants of U.S. chattel slavery from the United States government because they were harmed. So that was my only thing about one of her policies. But other than that, I love Jasmine's policies. They're really amazing, thought out, and just stuff that I like to see that other candidates are not running on, if that makes sense, pertaining to platform and agenda.
Yeah, that makes sense. And it's like you're never gonna agree with somebody completely anyway. And I feel that.
Correct.
Um,
Mhm. Mhm.
for me, it's like
But
as long as
yeah.
the reparations come from somewhere, I'll take it. And it's like let's be real, like a lot of the cannabis industry is like white owned. So like to me it's the same. Tomato tomato.
So what I was going to say to that, so I have experience actually writing reparations bills. I've actually gotten one bill passed in Connecticut, and we also have another bill in the Congress where I also helped wrote with my comrades. And this is for a federal initiative so the government could pay out. I just want to be very clear on that because again, when we look at the Geneva Conventions on what determines a genocide, we meet all of those harms, right? And so I just want to say from my experience and, also doing this work on where we are currently at. Also, too, California just passed three reparations bills. So we're,
I
we're,
actually
we're
heard
on the
about
right
that.
track. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And congratulations. Congratulations on that and congratulations to Colorado for that.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And it's also great work. I definitely have to send you the link uh to the YouTube thing where me and my comrades we presented at Malcolm X's 98th birthday celebration, invited by his daughter Aisha Shabazz. So we're all cool friends and stuff like that. And it was just really amazing to know that his kids are really out here doing great things. And I hate when they bring up him. They'll never talk about his kids. They'll never talk about what they're doing because that's because they don't know, they don't care. And I just wanted to put that out there. She's doing amazing things as a Black woman. She looks a beautiful, and I thank her for putting me on.
Oh, for sure. Whose kids? I think where you were talking was muffled at that point.
No, I was just saying, like, I really appreciate her, you know,
Are you
as a
saying?
Black woman,
No, I'm saying
giving me
whose
an.
kids.
Oh, I'm talking about Malcolm's kids, Malcolm X, his daughter
Oh,
Aisha
you know
Shabazz.
what? I just learned Malcolm X even had kids. I was like, what the
Oh,
fuck? I learned like a
yep.
few weeks ago Malcolm X has kids, and I was like, why was that why is this a secret? Why is it a secret? Malcolm X had kids,
Clock
and the
it.
kids are also activists. Why is that a
Correct.
secret?
And his daughter runs the Shabazz Center. Aisha, she runs the Shabazz Center founded by her mother to keep their legacy going, right? They don't know that. And I appreciate her as a Black woman, but also someone who's a legacy of a civil rights activist, giving me as a young Black woman that opportunity and that chance. And I got to meet Spike Lee that shot the Malcolm X movie, Do the Right Thing, White Man Can't Jump. It was a good event, and it's on YouTube. I definitely send you a link.
Spike Lee came to George Floyd Square a few years ago.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, I live in Minnesota, and Spike Lee came to George Floyd Square. I don't remember if it's more than once, but Spike Lee came to George Floyd Square like within the past year. But you probably heard about when Chris Rock came to George Floyd Square and like
Yeah.
completely embarrassed himself. And he came to George Floyd Square after he got slapped by Will Smith.
And one of my favorites, do you mind if I read one of her policies if that's okay? This is the age cap.
Oh, go ahead.
So introduction, we propose a comprehensive reform that addresses issues both age and tenure in Congress. Firstly, we support age cap of 65 for all public servants, ensuring that our legislative bodies remain diverse, representative of the American population. Capitol Hill is currently dominated by the baby boomer generation, which makes up nearly 70% of incoming Congress in a demographic of overrepresentation that does not reflect the true composition of our society. Secondly, we endorse Senator Ted Cruz's bill, a constitutional amendment that limits senators to serving no more than two 6 year terms, totaling in 12 years. In order to prevent that entrenchment of lifelong politicians, we also advocate for similar term limits in the U.S. House with maximum of three 2 year terms. These limitations will ensure the members of Congress are accountable to the American people and prevent the consolidation of power by a select few. By implementing both age cap and term limits, we aim to strike a balance between the valuable experience, fresh perspectives that our representatives bring to the table. This combination of policies will encourage more dynamic, diverse, responsive Congress that better serves the interests of all Americans. One term limits. U.S. senators are limited to serving a maximum of two 6 year terms. As proposed by Senator Ted Cruz's bill, members of the U.S. House of Representatives are limited to serving a maximum of three 2 year terms, also proposed by Senator Ted Cruz's bill. Terms served by the members prior to the enactment of this policy will count towards the proposed term limitations. Age cap. All public servants, including U.S. senators, U.S. representatives, and other government officials, are subject to an age cap of 65. No individual above the age of 65 can run for or hold public office. This age cap aims to address the concern of aging Congress and promote greater age diversity within government. And these combined policies aim to strike the balance between limiting the tenure of elected officials to prevent the entrenchment of political power and ensuring that the public service remains accessible to individuals of various age groups and promoting diversity and fresh perspectives in government.
And there you have it. Thank you for doing that. Hello, Rebel Queen. Hey, Mel.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for coming in,
Okay.
Pax. And thank you for reading that, Scrappy. That's what's up. If anybody else has any policies that they like, Pax commented that saying that they like Jasmine's anti-child indoctrination policy. Hello, Anthony. I am voting for Jasmine based on their housing policy because I'm homeless, so that benefits me the most. Hey, Primal.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Ed. So I think that like even though we can disagree, I mean like
Right.
no, we're not gonna agree with a campaign or a politician 100% anyway.
Mm-hmm.
We all definitely have
Mm-hmm.
something that we like that we can very strongly get behind, which
Mm-hmm.
you can't really say about the Republicans or the Democrats.
True. And also too, I don't mind reading another policy. Would you like me to read abolishment of child marriage policy, or would you like me to read the anti-indoctrination policy, or would you like me to read decriminalize sex work policy?
Um, are you comfortable with reading all three, or would you rather just read one?
I can read. I don't mind.
You can read all three if you want.
Okay. Okay, I'll read wait, who said that in the chat? The anti-child indoctrination. I'll read that one for you. Is it Pat's?
Yeah,
Is that
Pax
how
and
you
Paddle
see?
for that.
Okay, I got you. Hold on.
Yeah, and y'all drop little Scrappy a follow, and gift little Scrappy. They're doing labor. Hey
So this
CJ.
is the anti-indoctrination policy, and it says if a practice can't go without discrimination and abuse, it should not exist. We must separate the abuse from healthy traditions and codify that into something that can be broadly appealed. This policy alone will not end child predation, brainwashing, hazing, racism, anti queerness, etc. But this primary goal is to remove the powerful tool used for all of those indoctrination. To address something as massive as indoctrination, you must first define it in real actionable terms. Indoctrination is a word which gets thrown around and used incorrectly to shame people for their existence and make people afraid to educate others. Ironically, shaming people for their existence and shunning education are facts of indoctrination of themselves. These are groups outside of religious organizations which indoctrinate. There are ways to practice religion without indoctrination. Religion gets used synonymously with Christianity, but we must also be conscious of other religions and cultures and practices. We're not trying to prevent anyone from sharing their culture with their children in a responsible, respectful way. We are not going to commit cultural genocide. What is indoctrination? It is not religious songs, fables, celebration, and gifts, which it creates an environment of indoctrination, but rather teaching these fables of unquestionable truth, and children and adults, for that matter, must be allowed to question and explore the teachings. All children under Jasmine Sherman's administration will be taught actual science, history, including those who are homeschooled as a per the education policy intentionally misteaching science and history, or teaching in such a way to dismiss its relevance, shall be considered indoctrination and prohibited under this policy. When given the freedom to ask questions and explore their environment, children who are able to speak and otherwise communicate tend to be able to clearly communicate who they are and what they believe by the age of 6. Children who communicate a desire to explore their personhood in regards to beliefs, personal identity, will be allowed to do both with guidance and privately. Children under Jasmine Sherman's administration will be given the tools to advocate for their own autonomy. Forcing a child to participate in rituals or traditions they do not want to shall be considered indoctrination and prohibited under this policy. Children too young to communicate their beliefs and too young to communicate wherever they not want to be involved in a tradition are too young to consent to that tradition.
That's what's up. Right on. Thank you, Scrappy. I'm directing gifts towards you. Y'all gift and follow Scrappy. I appreciate you, Scrappy.
No problem. I wasn't done. I thought you were going to say something and you wanted me to take a pause.
Yeah, I am gonna say something. First of all, I'm
Go
gonna
ahead.
thank you. And like you definitely know how to like publicly speak. You're definitely good at that. Not just in speaking, but also in like taking a pause for the host and stuff like that. Y'all
No
please do.
problem.
Oh, you're good. Y'all please do share the live. We are at 23 shares. Let's get to 40 shares. If you share, please do share in groups less than 5 at a time, unless you want to share individually. Also, if you can't come up but you want to sit in the guest box to help boost in the algorithm, you are also welcome to do that. Just let us know that you are sitting in the guest box and you don't want to come up. Hey Nick, how you doing? Um, Also, please do give Scrappy and join my team if you haven't already. Joining the team also helps. I'll sit right on. Thank you. Stacy is sitting in the box. Y'all don't let Stacy up. But yeah, gift and follow Scrappy for real, for real. Cause it's Friday. Let's celebrate. Hey, Mo. We have a lovely special guest reading Jasmine's policies. If you want to stick around, you're also welcome. If you can't come up or you don't want to come up, you're also welcome to sit in the guest box. Just let us know that you're sitting there, so we know not to let you up. Um, but yeah, I do have a poll going, and please do vote on the poll as soon as I get it going. Hello, Karen. There we go. Bam, start. Please do vote on the poll. I got you. I'm out right now, so I'll just stick around a bit. Right on. Thank you, Mobissimo. Um, Sean, do you have anything you'd like to say before Scrappy continues?
Sorry, I missed everything. Yeah, sorry, I missed everything.
You didn't miss anything. You're good. We're just getting started.
Oh, sweet, cool. Glad I
Uh,
didn't miss anything.
yeah, Scrappy just read the child indoctrination policy and read another policy before that, and Scrappy is going to read two more policies if they would like to continue. Um,
Yeah,
Scrappy,
I
please
right.
will.
do.
Yeah, I got you. I can finish up the child indoctrination. Because I ended off on the second paragraph where I was where they were talking about children too young to communicate their beliefs and too young to communicate whether or not they want to be involved in tradition are too young to consent to that tradition. Children who want to participate in age appropriate traditions such as stories, songs, dance, crafts, meals, performance, gift giving, and games will, of course, be allowed to. However, adults do not have the right to force children into these traditions. Children must not be included in traditions with adult themes, such as taking rugs, drinking, and including drinking or having smacks, being, I don't know how to say that word like without being TikTok friendly, like over, is it over sexualization? Can I say that? Is that safe?
Yeah, you can say that.
Okay, over sexualization, including child beauty pageants. Ooh, and receiving or witnessing unnecessary body modification, including infant circumcision. Body modification on children is not for the child, it's for the adults. Adults will no longer participate in tradition of doing cosmetic surgery on babies. If the child wants it when they're older, they can get it done when they can consent. Forcing adult themes upon children in this way is not only indoctrination, but it's also child abuse or trying to convert people to your beliefs may only be done to consenting adults. Children cannot give consent and should never be. This includes referring to learning cultural traditions at school, i.e., Sunday school, calling religious fables school, is intentional deception meant to trick children into thinking that they are hearing facts and not metaphoric stories. Teaching facts is not because the facts are not beliefs, and the teaching of the facts will not be considered indoctrination. Telling folklore and fiction stories is not indoctrination, as long as it's clear that it's just a story, which it may have a message but not a literal history. Any school or camp found is a religious organization and guilty to children and will be subject to judicial dissolution, including conversion therapy camps and Bible camps. Having children to recite words they do not understand daily is indoctrination under this policy. Therefore, the Pledge of Allegiance will not be said in school. This applies to all directed recitation. Therefore, no child will be directed to recite words they do not understand well enough to explain in their own words. This includes child actors, musicians, and rituals associated with school, as well as any organization will be voluntary in such as a commencement ceremony. As long as all parties are consenting, rituals involving acknowledgement of achievement. This is reciting well understood of words, eating, drinking food and beverages, and rugs, and drinking, and using where age appropriate. Trust, exercise, getting to know you, exercise, performance, lighting of candles, and related activities are not considered indoctrination. Rituals which involve of use of abuse, fear, violence, non-consensual, or mandatory physical contact of any parties, non-consensual or mandatory rugs or drinking, the committing of crimes will be considered indoctrination. As such as hazing will be considered indoctrination under this policy. I can stop right there, and like get y'all thoughts. There's some more, but yeah.
Oh, you're good. Um, I already knew the overview of the anti-indoctrination policy, so I'm fine with it. I feel like a lot of people are actually fine with that when they hear it out, and like the people who aren't fine with it will definitely, those are the people who definitely need to go on a watch list, because like why wouldn't you be against uh viewing children inappropriately? Why wouldn't you be against children smoking and drinking in rituals? Why wouldn't you be against unconsensual touch of a
And
child or an
using
adult? Like, it would definitely come down to like people feeling like they have ownership over someone else's bodies, and the people who are like the next best target of that, aside from adult AFAB people, are definitely children. Everybody feels like they're entitled to children's bodies.
right.
Because like an adult woman can tell you, hey, fuck off. An adult woman can defend herself. A child can't defend itself against anything. Sean, do you have any thoughts?
I have several.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't remember what the last thing said though. It's a thing.
I think that was like Scrappy. That was like an overview of like no rituals performed on a child.
Correct. Yes, and it also hold on. Let me go back to that topic, the paragraph again. Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah, quick FYI. Only reason I say that is because I know I should have been mentioning more. A little thing with my PTSD is where you can literally have just told me, and it really will be like you didn't tell me. Like I could repeat it to you, and then
Okay, I found it.
so
Would you like me to read it again for you, Sean?
yeah, like that I got. I mean, I don't choose when it happens, but I don't know. I guess there's a pattern. The thing that really stood out to me is the different things that come under realization as ritual, because there's so many. Like when
Like
you, it all of
Jasmine gave an example. Like for example, they said pledge allegiance like shouldn't be said in schools.
what I mean. There's so many examples. Like and I didn't even realize it. Like holy shit, no kidding. Ah,
Jasmine made the argument that this applies to direct recitation. Therefore, no child will be directed to cite words they do not understand well enough to explain in their own words.
yeah. That and I don't want to say some are worse than others, but some are more allowed more than others. That I don't know. I do in direct harm right now. That like child pageants. Boy.
Yeah. Jasmine also brought up child pageants, and that's also a different way that I didn't even think about it until, I read the policy like way back.
Oh yeah.
So I definitely love how Jasmine is giving different points uh to their perspective for the public to really understand, and that's
Right.
what I really appreciate about that, because I feel like having different perspectives is what we need, but also uh having those different perspectives can also help people to see it in a different way that they never thought before, and that's what we call having a growth mindset.
Right. And I'm gonna cut in right here.
Make your family.
Pax, thank you for coming in. Lemony came on through. Thank you so much for gifting Scrappy. Scrappy, I don't know if you saw it, but you got two hand hearts.
Oh,
Uh,
thank you for the gifts, everybody. I appreciate it.
yeah, thank you for coming on through, Lemony. I appreciate you. If y'all have any gifts, please do give them to Scrappy, because Scrappy is doing the free labor of reading off Jasmine's policies. Um, if you had like even Rose's help, please do give Scrappy. If you would also like, please do join my team. It's at the very top there. Hello, Chucky Spider. Hello to all the people whose names I missed, if you're still hanging out. I do have a live goal, but right now Scrappy is the one doing the reading, so we're going to focus on gifting Scrappy. Lemony, if you're still here, hey, what's up, comrade? Oh, I see you're still here. You're up there at the top. I am going to keep a poll going to keep activity going in the chat. Please do chat it up in the chat. And we're almost at 5K likes. Let's please get to 10K likes. Tap, tap, tap that screen. Scrappy, would you like to continue?
Yes. And to Sean's point, Jasmine, they also give another example. Their administration goes on to say, fraternities and sororities have history of abuse, hazing, contributing to nepotism and coryism, and denial of acceptance based on discrimination. Fraternities and sororities are classes, racist, homophobic, and ableist constructs which have been used to hide cults. They must be dissolved and will be considering indoctrination under this policy. Social and academic clubs will still be permitted as long as they don't participate in discriminatory inclusion and advancement or hazing. Any college or university found participating in discriminatory practices, including denying admission to people based on name, ethnicity, race, class, age, sex, gender, or disability, is guilty of indoctrination and will be subject to judicial dissolution. It is not indoctrination to teach people facts about the world or spread messages of tolerance for people with different backgrounds. People in positions of authority, such as religious leaders, educators, news reporters, public speakers, etc., may not abuse their platform to spread hatred and intolerance of people with different cultures, traditions, and identities. Doing such is hate speech and not protected by freedom of speech, and additionally will be considered indoctrination under this policy. We believe in positive power of community, and many communities are religious in nature. We are not disbanding communities. People may still invite to contribute to their communities by donating time, food, other resources to community organizations, including churches. Through these donations will be taxed in ordinance with the tax policy. However, demanding people will give up their belongings or more they can sustainably give, forcing them to rely on those making demands, or using guilt and manipulation to extort people for money and time and resources is considered indoctrination under this policy. This includes subscription-based religion or religion in which you must pay dues, fees, or make mandatory donations of fixed amounts and fixed percentages that are required for participation or membership in church/religion. Limiting or prohibiting contact or communication with friends, family, and those outside of the group or organization is indoctrination. Demanding or coercing members into only using resources from your group or organizations such as therapists, doctors, and teachers, etc., is indoctrination. In an effort to increase opportunities for people to get involved with community of their choice, there will be an increase of non-religious community spaces available for use, including community centers, community gardens, and mixed zone areas and walkable communities. Manipulative, unethical advertisement will be considered indoctrination under this policy. Medical advice should come from experts such as medical professionals and patients actually experiencing the condition, as well as statistical data collect from a wide range of both doctors and patients. It is unethical for drug companies to advertise generalized medical advice publicity. Because medications are not in one size fits all, using psychology to manipulate and advertise target audience is unethical. Corporate entities will no longer be able to hire psychological consultants to teach them how to best manipulate people. The collection and selling of distribution of personal data, including web history and facial recognition data, is unethical without consent, and the use of any unethical collect data will be considered indoctrination. Multi-level marketing misleads people into belief that they will independent and successful when statistics say MLM participants are not independent or nor often successful. This is indoctrination and prohibited under this policy. Organizations which align politically with specific legal causes or politicians or political organizations, they are not community organizations or religious organizations and must be accordingly regulated. Binding contracts must be separated from rituals because belief is not legally binding, but contracts are. Therefore, we must allow people to have the space and time to read and analyze a contract outside of a ritual space. This includes being sworn into a public position as well as marriage. This ensures the safety of minors in regards to marriage and anyone else signing contracts under duress. What's the answer? All churches and corporations and community organizations, schools, media outlets, and any inhuman entities which are found indoctrinating will subject to judicial solution, and any individuals accused of indoctrination will be handled by their community task force as outlined in the restorative justice policy. That's the end of that policy.
Right on. Thank you. And thank you to New Age for gifting Scrappy. And I also want to welcome Stacy to the panel. Stacy, how you doing?
Hi, I'm doing good.
Right
This
on.
policy's a bit, this policy is like near and dear. Like when we were writing this, there were so many people who have harmful and negative experiences with being indoctrinated as a child. And I think we covered everything with this policy. I don't think there's anything missing.
That's what's up.
Yeah. I think the part that we really need to be paying attention to, if it made you question or go, in regards to like religious camps and Bible camp and that kind of thing,
Mm-hmm.
churches will no longer be able to say this is a fiction or this is a nonfiction book. You can tell the stories as much as you want, but it can't be proven, right? So like
Literal
they have to be
history.
clear with this stuff. Yes, you cannot say that somebody talked to a speaking donkey, right? Or like the
Right.
lady turning into a pillar of salt, or
Right.
any of
Metaphoric
these
stories.
Jonah. Yeah, like Jonah in the mouth of the whale. Like you can't tell these things as if they were actually like actually history. You have to say we are reading from this storybook today, and this is the story that we are telling you. So nobody's saying that like religious Bible camp can't exist anymore. It can exist, but they got to change the way they're doing shit. So if anybody was curious about that, or like raise your eyebrow when you heard it, that's what that means. And like subscription-based religion would be something like Scientology, where you have to pay on each level um, to be a part of the religion for your
Mm-hmm.
divination or whatever it's called.
And
Um,
one of my favorite things about what Jasmine's administration said in this policy was conversion therapy camps gone, gone. Like yeah, like that gotta go. You
yeah,
get what I'm saying? Because that
gone.
still happens,
Yep.
and I hate how people try to downplay that. Like that still doesn't happen. It is disgusting, and I'm really happy that their administration brought that up because that is very important. And another thing that I also found interesting was how their administration advocated for the churches to be regulated pertaining to the tax policy, because we know churches get a lot of money, but that money is never regulated. And some of these churches, like for example the churches in the Black community, the community doesn't see any of that money that all of those churches get. So I'm really happy
Well,
that there will be regulation on that pertaining to tax.
well, we're going to see a lot of churches close their doors because the tax policy indicates that they will no longer have their tax exempt status because they're businesses.
Correct.
So when the goal is to make money and to exploit people from their tithes and their offerings and money laundering within the church, there's not going to be a purpose for them to have their business open anymore. So we're going to see a lot of churches close. The churches that stay open actually care about people in their communities, so they're going to fall in line with the new guidelines that they'll be subject to in regards to their tax status and triple bottom line accounting, and they're going to have to pay livable wages, index living wages. They will be taxed just like any other business, according to the tax policy. So, like, there is a definite shift in the way we look at churches and how they operate. Just another reminder, if you all are on the website and you're reading the policies, all of them work in conjunction. And you'll notice how
Yes.
when Scrappy was reading, Scrappy, are your pronouns she, her?
What did you say?
Your pronouns.
Oh, my
Are they she,
pronouns are
her? I
she,
don't
her.
want to misgender.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. When Scrappy was reading, when she made mention, like, refer to the tax policy, it's a link on the website. We've linked it, so you just click on it. It takes you right to the other policy that we're talking about. So they're all interconnected, and you can't have one without the other because they all support each other. So you gotta go read all 29 that are posted to
Right.
understand like how it all works together.
Yeah, and I also did check out that link. And Stacy, what's your pronouns as well?
She, her as well. Thank you.
Okay. So yeah, like when I was at the end, which what should be, the solution, also there was a link for the restorative justice policy. So all of these policies are really intersectional. And that's the thing about intersectionality, they're all so combined. You can't have one thing without the other to defeat this purpose, right? And the goal.
That's right. You're absolutely right. Y'all, we're gonna have to say some trigger words to see if we can get on the FYP because we've been talking about policies and stuff, but we
Trigger words:
haven't gotten
Obama. Obama. Trigger words: Michelle
the.
I
Obama.
would
Aim
I
high.
would love I would love to talk about the decriminalized sex work and decriminalized
Yep,
drugs
that was
policies.
the one that I was about to read. I'm on it right now.
Yeah, Scrappy wants to read, I believe, two more policies, if I'm not
Mhm.
mistaken. Okay,
Mhm.
so and those are
I
the two policies.
Yep, I wrote these policies, so if anybody has questions along the way, let me know.
Right on. Well, the way I like to do it is that the person go ahead and read so they don't get interrupted. But Scrappy is really good about pausing for reaction, so we'll know when to talk when Scrappy mutes. Um, but in the meantime, y'all please do vote on the poll. Y'all please tap that screen. Let's get to 10K likes. Please do join the team if you're not already on the team. And please do give Scrappy for their labor. Thank y'all so much. And thank you for all the gifts. Um, right now, our people in here are Lemony Fresh Pine at number one, New Age Man at number two, Mr. Sunday Show, who's been sitting here for a bit. Thank you for hanging out, Mr. Sunday Show. Little Scrappy, of course. Sean, Unfriendly Black Hottie, love that, and Melinda. And those are our top people. That's not all the people who are in here. So thank y'all for hanging out. And also shout out to the people in the hallway. I know there's people in the hallway. But Sean did start trying to trigger the algorithm. So y'all know what we gotta do. We gotta start saying Republican Democrat until we get the sticker. Republican Democrat, Republican Democrat, Republican Democrat.
I practiced.
What?
Cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money. Dollar,
Dollar
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 bill.
bill, y'all.
Or I think which might trigger is Hunter Biden's rug pipe. I don't know if that might trigger the FYP.
Yeah, I tried to tell Joe about that shit. Motherfucker didn't want to listen. Get
Yeah,
your
for
fucking
real.
son out of God.
So okay, so I think this might trigger the FYP. So you mean to tell me Hunter Biden could have his rug pipe, but I can't get my reparations? Like this is kind of insane. Like,
It's cool when you do it. It's a problem when I do it.
right,
Fuck it.
correct,
Anything
correct.
Palestine will trigger. Actually, Palestine will like probably shadow ban unless you have like the top people who do the Palestine stuff on your panel. We're not trying to trigger that. We're trying to trigger we're
Trigger
trying
the
to trigger the
algorithm.
election tag.
Just trying to
Um,
get the algorithm to try and notice, right?
well,
Vote.
no, we're trying.
Yeah,
No, we're
All
that'll
trying.
be a
we
trigger.
all
Whoa,
we
hang
have to
on.
talk
Everybody stop. Everybody stop. We're trying to trigger the election tag, and how you trigger the election tag is saying Republican, Democrat a few times.
if we talk about the 2024 election in regards to your voter registration, or if what your status is, that should make it pop up. Um, I know that it seems like it's like an annoying little election tag down there, but it's actually interactive. So I recommend that you click on it. If you aren't registered to vote, you can do it right here through TikTok. They've done the work and made the app for us to utilize. You can check your status, you can find your polling location. It's very informative. So click on it when it does pop up.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I
PBS is made possible by users just like you.
I was hoping that me saying all of that would trigger it. Like,
No, it's very specific. You have to say like Republican, Democrat, Donald Trump, George Bush.
I was gonna say specific
Joke.
names: Matt Getz,
Yeah, you have
Martin
to.
Taylor Green.
Yeah, you have to actually say like like the literal actual words. Like just like how people are afraid of how words will trigger the shadow ban. There are words that will trigger the FYP and that will specifically trigger certain tags. Like if I started vaping, it would immediately pick up on that and give me the warning ingesting dangerous things tag.
Well, how about Joseph Trump and Donald Biden?
Joseph Trump and Donald Biden, Republican, Democrat, Republican. Jeez. We'll get there. Hello, Lord of Lemon. Thank you for the F1, Melinda.
This
Oh,
policy really speaks well to me because if you remove all the indoctrination, then it gives people the opportunity to, of course, be free, but more be free to share about and learn about themselves. So it would be like the unjaded version of it would actually be a successful attempt at the quote unquote melting pot.
yeah. Oh, did y'all hear Ivanka Trump is not supporting Ivanka Trump and her husband are decided to not support her dad during this election, and now he has no one to appeal to the independent voters. So now, because I think it's really underestimated how much Ivanka Trump really helped with drawing in those independent voters, and now that she's not here, that's like what, a fifth of his voting base.
is her husband Jared Kushner or Kishner, however you say that name?
I don't know.
Sweet.
Kushner. Kushner.
What's up with Jared Kushner?
That would be Ivanka's husband. And hell, boy, did he fucking make use of the time when fucking Daddy Donald was in office, because all the deals that he brokered that he's currently trying to keep hidden right now, all of that was secured during that time frame. Like, they cleaned house.
Mm. Well, now I know. But in the meantime, Scrappy, are you ready to continue? You good?
Yeah. And I just want to say, Stacey looks so pretty, and I really
Thank you.
do. Uh, I said Stacey.
I know
You
Stacy
can.
doesn't
You
believe
can.
me when I tell her.
Oh, okay. Stacey, you're very beautiful. I just want to say that you both have my vote, and I am going to be I'm working the polls this year for voting. I'm actually registered as a Democrat. In my city, I live in Boston, Massachusetts, as you know. And yes, I will be spreading more information about you guys. Because again, like policies are amazing, and we do need you guys in there. And I do feel like you would actually make tangible, effective change. Heavy on the tangible, effective change.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to say that too, as well. And thank you
Oh,
for
you're
all the
welcome.
work you guys are doing.
Yeah, it's all in a good day's work. And also, New Age, actually, the age cap policy was the first policy Scrappy read that you weren't here for. But do feel
Hmm.
free to go to JasmineSherman.com to go read the policies for yourself or have them read to you via audiobook version. And I will also upload the VOD for this live. So you can just hear Scrappy read it again if you like. And Scrappy, if you want to DM me your pay links so I can link them on my YouTube description, feel free.
Yeah, yeah, I got you. I can send that information. And
Yeah.
also too, I wanted to bring up also sure Jasmine's administration also has free Palestine, free Congo, and free Sudan, just to make everybody aware
Hell yeah.
that this administration supports these issues and they support the people that are going through these issues, which is also important as well. I just wanted to bring that up and recognize that.
I want to say hello to Timus real quick. Hey Timus, how you doing? Every time Timus comes in, I want Timus to know that they are seen. Um, but yeah, so if people have more discussion, that's fine. Scrappy, if you're ready to continue reading, that's also
Hmm.
fine.
Can I say one thing real quick before we get started on the next policy?
Go ahead.
Mhm.
Thank you so much for the compliment, by the way, Scrappy. I appreciate that. Um, but it's cool that you read the age cap and term limits policy first, because that will be the first policy implemented on day one when Jasmine gets in office. What that's going to do is trigger new elections for Congress and Senate and everything else. So that was just cool. Everything will be done simultaneously, but there are day one actions. So just wanted to let everybody know that there is an order in which these executive orders will be released.
Yo, could you imagine the people that will like see term limits and see the new elections coming up and be like, "Oh snap! I don't got to deal with the old people." Yo, let's go.
For real, for real, for real. That's the main
And
thing people want. We're tired of these fucking old ass people in their 60s
yep,
making decisions for people in their 20s and 30s.
yep. And also keep in mind, every seat is already up this year anyway. So we got to
Right.
find people to fill those seats that aren't old boomers.
Yeah. People who basically want us all to die. Scrappy, whenever you're ready to continue, please go ahead. I'm gonna take a bio break. I do have mods in here. If anybody starts coming in and being wild and pissing y'all off, just go ahead and do whatever you want to do with them.
In living color. Got me thinking about that now.
Scrappy, you good? Uh-oh. I think something happened to Scrappy.
I still got Scrappy. I still got eyes on Scrappy.
Okay.
How's my transition working?
Can you
Actually,
hear me?
I feel like that transition worked pretty well.
Is my mic working?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, we can hear you
Oh,
now.
okay, it wasn't working. Yeah, I wanted to say something that I realized in the activism space and revolutionary space is what I call it. Because again, Huey P. Newton said the revolution has always been in the hands of the young. The young inherit the revolution, right? So with that being said, one thing I noticed is that you'll literally have older people, let's say they've been doing the work or they've been doing these spaces, and one thing I like to speak up and touch upon is grooming in the activism space, in the politician space. And I just hope that we can get to a place where we can have young people go into these places and not worry about things like grooming, right? Like for example, I'll give you an example. I knew this one woman. Dad was a famous black artist, painter, and basically she was the bootleg, and it invited me to Martha's Vineyard. And let's talk about Obama. Hopefully I can trigger it with this. So basically, but when Obama was running, he was talking a lot of progressive stuff that I really liked, and a lot of other black people like. Now when he went to Martha's Vineyard, that's when it stopped. And my point is there's a lot of corruption, and that's where the money is. I would rather have my integrity, my principle, and morality than to turn my own back on my own people. So I just wanted to say that, and I didn't choose to go to Martha's Vineyard because that's where all the revolution gets sucked out of you. So the policy, decriminalization of sex work. Sex work is consensual exchange of sex between adults for a fee. Criminalizing adult, voluntary, and consensual sex, which includes the commercial exchange for sexual services. It is not compatible with human right to personal autonomy and privacy. The government should not be telling consenting adults who they can have sexual relations with, and the terms associated. Sex work is work. Criminalization of sex work exposes sex workers to abuse and exploitation by law enforcement officials, such as police officers. Human Rights Watch documented that the police officers harass sex workers, extort bribes, and physically and verbally abuse sex workers, and have even forced and coerced sex from them in a criminalized environments. The Sherman administration will decriminalize sex work federally. This will destigmatize this work and remove criminal charges. It would also maximize SMEX workers' legal protection and their ability to exercise other key rights. These rights include justice, healthcare, legal recognition of SMEX workers, and their occupation minimizes their safety, dignity, and equality. Decriminalizing this work reduces the risk for the person engaged in SMEX work. Studies confirm the adult pornographic websites industry is worth 1.1 billion in 2022. SMEX work in the United States is estimated to have generated 14 billion per year. Lyon County in Nevada receives approximately 400,000 to 500,000 per year from these taxes. By legitimizing this work, this money will be added to the economy to prevent people from falling through the cracks. Human trafficking and sexual exploitation of children are separate issues. They are both serious human rights, abuse, and crimes. Any allegation of either of these should always be investigated and prosecuted. The laws clearly distinguish between sex work and crimes, and such human trafficking is sexual exploitation of children. Help protect both sex workers and crime victims. So that was the decriminalize sex work policy, and I love this policy as well because we have a lot of I'm gonna just call them dusties because that's what I do. We have a lot of dusties out here who feel like they're entitled to their bodies because they're giving them a service that they pay for, and that becomes into situations where we're losing our loved ones, right? And I love how this supports them for their self-preservation and to destigmatize their occupation, because when people hear this or when they try to get an apartment or whatever the case might be, they're autumn.
Uh-oh. Scrappy lost connection. Hang on, Scrappy, you're breaking up. Scrappy, leave and come back real quick. All right, we're gonna wait to see what's going on with Scrappy. Hey, Marissa, how you doing? Thank you for the follow. Aqua is messy. Hello to the people who have come on through. Hello, Jamie. And there we go. Scrappy is currently reading Jasmine Sherman's policies. We have 6 people in here. Let's tap the screen to 10K likes, y'all. And at the same time, I'm kind of like, should I reset? But Scrappy, I do want you to finish what you were saying, and then I'm probably gonna reset the live because there's 6 people in here.
That's okay. No, I was gonna say, I really love this policy a lot, and for them to make the effort to destigmatize their occupation is everything, because some of them get denied for apartments, some of them can't get jobs because they get judgment because of their occupation. You get what I'm saying? So I really love how they're making an effort to destigmatize and also help them with self-preservation, right?
Understood. So we can definitely continue this conversation discussion about the policy, but I'm gonna reset the live. So all of y'all come right back.